Chosen one, take a moment to let these words sink into your spirit, because they are not here by accident. If you have felt weighed down by hardship, if it seems like you've been trudging through a never-ending tunnel with only glimmers of light, then understand that you've arrived at a powerful turning point. The struggle, which once felt like an endless marathon of disappointments, is giving way at last. There is a new energy gathering around you, swirling through your life, paving the way for abundance that is poised to flood every corner of your being. Before we embark on this deep exploration, please do 3 simple things. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and drop a comment with the number 777 below. Typing 777 is far more than a random gesture. It's your declaration to the universe that you stand ready to receive this fresh surge of blessings. If you feel a resonance stirring in your heart, an almost electric sense that these words align with something you've been longing to hear, then you're in the right place. If not, you may click away, and that's perfectly fine. But for those who stay, for those who hear the call, know that what once seemed like perpetual struggle is about to transform into streams of overflowing abundance. Pause now and recall how many times you've knelt in the quiet of your own thoughts, whispering pleas for relief, for a breakthrough that felt long overdue. You might have wondered whether your pleas were heard at all, or if the universe was indifferent to your condition. Yet, I urge you to consider the possibility that every tear, every heartbreak, and every disappointment was not in vain. They were building blocks, forging you into the individual who can now stand on the threshold of receiving blessings beyond your previous imagining. People often say, "Why me? Why must I suffer so much?" But if you look back, you'll see how each trial shaped aspects of your character, your resilience, your capacity for empathy. Without the crucible of struggle, you might never have realized the breadth of your own strength or the depth of your compassion. What felt like stumbling blocks were, in truth, stepping stones, leading you exactly to this sacred juncture. Sometimes you might feel a pang of regret, thinking, "If only I had known earlier that my struggles had a purpose." Yet, the unfolding of time follows a mysterious wisdom, weaving each moment with a precision beyond our usual comprehension. You had to walk that path of challenges precisely so you'd be ready to receive what's coming next. The universe, in its infinite love, doesn't want you to merely endure blessings superficially. It wants you to savor them with a soul that has tasted sorrow and longing, so that each gift is all the sweeter and more meaningful. If abundance had arrived at your doorstep prematurely, you might have squandered it without understanding its true value. Now, you stand as a soul refined by hardship, capable of appreciating blessings in a way that transforms not only your life but the lives you touch. That's why this moment is so pivotal. So, what is abundance? Many assume it only refers to money, but the truth is far more expansive. Abundance is a state of overflow, an alignment with the richness of life that can manifest in love, health, finances, creativity, spiritual wisdom, and opportunities. When you are in sync with abundance, you feel it pulsate through your every breath, imbuing you with confidence and generosity. You become like a magnet, drawing to yourself the people, experiences, and resources that match the elevated frequency of your soul. Think of it as a river that has finally broken through the barriers that once hemmed it in. All that was once pent up behind the dam is now free to flow. This is what awaits you as the struggle recedes into the distance. But for this to happen, you must embrace a shift in perspective. You must permit yourself to believe that the struggle, long though it's been, is nearing its conclusion. For many of us, the greatest barrier to receiving abundance is an old story we keep telling ourselves. That we're not good enough, not smart enough, not deserving. Or we hold on to grudges against life, upset that we had to travel a rockier road than others. We carry subconscious beliefs that money is evil, or that comfort is only for the privileged. These mental anchors weigh us down, preventing the natural flow of blessings. Recognize them, shine light upon them. You might have inherited these beliefs from your parents, your culture, or from traumas that left you feeling unworthy. Now is the time to tear those beliefs up by the roots. This process can be uncomfortable, like stepping into a bright light after living in a dimly lit room, but it's crucial. Abundance knocks at your door the moment you decide you are worthy. Not because you forced the universe to bend to your will, but because you finally match the frequency of what you desire. At times, the longing for abundance can turn into desperation, and desperation itself can repel the very blessings we seek. Have you ever grabbed at something too eagerly, only to feel it slip through your fingers? That tension and anxiety can create resistance in your energy field. Paradoxically, learning to rest in faith, even when your physical eyes see no proof of change, is what dissolves these blockages. Think of a child who trusts fully that their needs will be met, who plays with confidence in a benevolent world. We adults often lose that innocence weighed down by cynicism. Reclaiming even a fraction of that trust can open your life to wonders. Start by taking small steps each day to live as if abundance is already making its way to you. Offer kindness, share a little more than you think you can afford, whether in time or resources, and notice how your heart shifts from scarcity to generosity. Another element that can usher in abundance is gratitude. It's easy to be grateful when miracles abound, but true magic occurs when you maintain a grateful heart in the midst of ongoing challenges. This kind of gratitude is a powerful statement to the universe. You're not merely grateful for the external good you receive, but for the growth each experience brings you. When you actively look for reasons to be thankful, even for the lessons hidden in your painful episodes, you align yourself with a cosmic principle. That life is always happening for you, not to you. This subtle but monumental shift in consciousness can break open the floodgates of abundance. Suddenly, you find solutions emerging from places you never knew existed, and resources manifesting in ways you couldn't have planned. It's also essential to recognize that abundance often flows through community and connection. We live in a culture that preaches self-reliance, sometimes to an extreme. Yes, personal responsibility matters, but so does synergy. Don't shy away from letting others support you emotionally, spiritually, or even financially if you find yourself in dire need. Remember, your path is not a solitary one. By allowing yourself to receive the help of those who genuinely wish to assist, you create a channel of reciprocity. That same channel can later become a conduit through which you return blessings, creating a cycle of generosity that lifts everyone involved. Abundance grows exponentially when shared, for it thrives on circulation rather than stagnation. Let's talk about the signs that your struggle is morphing into something else. Perhaps opportunities you never considered are appearing in your life. A job offer, a sudden alignment with a mentor, or the spark of a new idea that lights a fire in your soul. Or you might notice that the environment around you is feeling strangely supportive. People who once seemed indifferent may begin to show kindness. Doors that were tightly shut now crack open. You might experience a series of synchronicities, from seeing repeating numbers like 777 to hearing a song that answers a question in your mind. These are not random. They signify that your internal shift is mirrored by external events. It's as if the universe is winking at you, offering gentle nods of encouragement. Notice these winks. Savor them. They serve as your signposts, indicating that you're on the right path. As you step more confidently into this energy of abundance, the old narrative of struggle will begin to feel distant. You won't forget it. Indeed, you'll use its lessons, but it will no longer define you. People who knew you only in your time of hardship might be surprised at your transformation, maybe even skeptical or resentful. Some might question your choices or accuse you of changing too drastically. Do not let their opinions derail you. Change is inevitable if you desire growth, and not everyone is ready to watch you bloom if they're still invested in your old limitations. Walk your path anyway. Let them catch up when or if they choose to. Your expansion is not contingent on others' approval. While the road to abundance can be filled with excitement, it can also trigger anxiety. It's possible you've become so accustomed to hardship that you subconsciously fear prosperity. Surprising, right? But it's real. If you've spent years in survival mode, your body and mind might not instantly welcome comfort or ease. They might create drama or sabotage to return to familiar patterns. Recognize this phenomenon if it appears. Journaling can help, as can talking through your feelings with a trusted confidant or a spiritual counselor. Often, simply naming the fear is enough to diminish its power. When you see yourself edging back toward old negative habits out of a sense of comfort, take a pause. Breathe deeply and remind yourself that you deserve a life of fullness and ease. Another crucial aspect of stepping into abundance is releasing guilt. Sometimes we feel guilty that we might succeed while loved ones or friends still struggle. Perhaps we subconsciously stay in lack so we won't outshine them. But if your dear ones remain in difficulty, does it truly help if you also remain stuck? Of course not. Your triumph can serve as an inspiration, a proof that they too can ascend if they choose. Reflect on this. By embracing the flow of blessings, you position yourself to offer more substantial support, whether it's emotional, spiritual, or even financial, depending on your path. If guilt flares up, face it with logic and compassion. Affirm that your success is not theft from another's chance, but a beacon lighting a path that others may follow if they so wish. Spiritual maturity means you acknowledge that the universe is infinitely abundant. It isn't a zero-sum game. Another person's success doesn't rob you of yours, and vice versa. When you truly internalize this, you welcome others' achievements as validations that blessings are everywhere. Jealousy dissolves, replaced by a sense of unity in the cosmic tapestry. This open-hearted stance accelerates your own magnetism for abundance. Instead of tightening your fists around resources, you let them flow, and that flow keeps them returning to you multiplied. By shifting from a mindset of scarcity to one of mutual uplift, you become a vessel through which blessings can pour unobstructed. You might ask, how do I maintain faith when the evidence of my life still shows bills piling up or conflicts unresolved? The trick is to differentiate between the spiritual truth of your abundance and the temporary illusions of your external circumstances. It's not about denying reality. It's about perceiving the deeper reality beneath appearances. Think of how a seed underground doesn't appear to grow for a while, but eventually bursts forth in the right season. So too is your abundance in gestation, hidden from plain sight, preparing for the moment it's ready to emerge. Your job is to water the seed with unwavering faith, nurtured by positive self-talk, gratitude, and progressive action steps. Gradually, your circumstances will align with that internal shift, for the outer realm inevitably mirrors the inner realm. If you need practical anchors, you might experiment with daily affirmations. Stand in front of a mirror each morning and speak lovingly to yourself about the abundance you're ready to receive. Say, I welcome prosperity in all forms, or I am worthy of a life that reflects the highest version of me. At first, your mind might balk, labeling these affirmations as silly. Persevere anyway. Over time, these statements seep into your subconscious, rewriting old scripts of lack and forging neural pathways conducive to thriving. Coupled with gratitude journaling, where you note down at least 5 things you're thankful for each day, this routine can be transformative. Each small act of acknowledgement, whether to the universe or to yourself, acts like a magnet, drawing in more situations that validate your new reality. Do not underestimate the role of joy. So many of us have become addicted to the struggle, romanticizing it as a form of heroism. Yes, adversity can shape character, but you weren't born only to wrestle with hardship. You also came here to relish the sweetness of existence. Let yourself engage in activities that genuinely spark joy. It could be a simple walk in the park, a creative hobby, dancing to uplifting music, or spending time with loved ones who warm your spirit. Joy is an extremely high vibrational state, one that aligns closely with the energy of abundance. When you experience genuine delight, your entire being opens up, inviting more positivity to flow in. It also sends a powerful signal to the universe that you're ready to claim happiness as your birthright. Another area to examine is your environment. Sometimes, physical clutter or disorganization can mirror the mental clutter that keeps you in lack. Take a moment to declutter your home or workspace. As you toss out or donate items that no longer serve you, be conscious of the symbolic weight you're removing from your life. You're making room for new energy to flourish. You might also place small reminders of prosperity around you. A picture that represents freedom, a crystal that resonates with abundance, or even a simple post-it with the words, "Thank you, universe," on your mirror. Let your surroundings become an ally rather than a hindrance in your quest for a new life chapter. One of the most profound shifts you can make is to start seeing obstacles not as confirmation of your unworthiness, but as opportunities to refine your conviction. If an unexpected expense hits or an old conflict resurfaces, don't interpret it as the universe mocking your efforts to break free from struggle. Instead, see it as a final test or a stepping stone. Ask yourself, what is this here to teach me? How can I respond in a way that reflects my new alignment? Often, you'll find that rising to such a challenge with calm determination cements your transformation. It tells the universe you won't retreat into despair at the first sign of trouble. The storm may rage briefly, but your heart remains anchored in the new truths you've discovered. Intuition can also guide you to new streams of income or creative endeavors you never considered feasible. Perhaps you have a latent talent, writing, art, counseling, building, cooking, that you once deemed unmarketable. With your mindset shifting, you may now see how to turn it into a conduit for prosperity. Or you might feel called to partner with a friend or colleague on a venture that aligns with your newfound sense of purpose. Be receptive to these nudges. They may not come in conventional packaging. You might open your email one day to find an unexpected message that sets off a chain reaction, or you might overhear a conversation that sparks an idea. The universe is endlessly creative in how it delivers its blessings. You might also find that healing relationships is key to unlocking abundance. If you harbor unresolved resentment or heartbreak, it's like a block in your energy field. Letting go and forgiving doesn't mean you condone wrongdoing. It means you release yourself from the bondage of past pain. Picture forgiveness as cutting an invisible cord that saps your vitality. Suddenly, the energy you poured into bitterness is freed to support your ascent into a life of wholeness. This emotional liberation often precedes a tangible shift in your finances or sense of well-being. Why? Because in the tapestry of cosmic law, everything is interconnected. Emotional freedom is as much a part of abundance as financial gain. Now, as this new reality forms around you, be mindful not to isolate your blessings from your spiritual center. True abundance is more than just a full bank account. It's a holistic sense of peace, freedom, and the capacity to uplift others. Use your blessings as a tool for expansion, both personal and collective. If your finances improve, consider how you might use some of that wealth to help a family member, a friend, or a cause that resonates with your soul. By doing so, you keep the flow of prosperity in motion. Abundance thrives on reciprocity. The more you allow it to flow through you, the more it replenishes you. Be attuned to that dynamic and watch how your blessings multiply. Be prepared for the possibility that your external life might rearrange itself swiftly once you say yes to this new chapter. You could find yourself relocating, encountering new friends, or being drawn to a mentor who illuminates your next steps. This can feel both exhilarating and terrifying. Embrace it. Resist the urge to cling to old structures for safety. The universe cannot pour new wine into old wineskins, as the ancient proverb goes. It's guiding you to bigger horizons, and the vantage point from these horizons will offer you a clarity and joy you never dreamt possible. If fear arises, see it for what it is, the echo of past limitations that no longer serve you. To reinforce your path, surround yourself with supportive influences. Read books and watch videos that expand your mind rather than shrink it into negativity. Fill your daily conversations with people who see life as an unfolding miracle, not a slog of inevitable disappointment. Seek mentors, whether near or far, who embody the prosperity you wish to attain. And should naysayers appear, and they often do, out of their own unresolved fears, let them be. You don't need to argue or justify your journey. Simply continue to shine. Your example will speak for itself if they ever decide to open their hearts to possibility. Now is a wonderful time to reconnect with your body, noticing how it reacts to the new energy. You might feel tingles in your spine when you think about your future. Listen to that. The body often registers truth before the mind does. If your shoulders drop in relief whenever you envision a life free from financial stress or emotional burden, that's your physiology affirming that you are indeed stepping into alignment. This synergy between mind, body, and spirit cements your new reality, making it less about mere wishful thinking and more about tangible experience. If at any point you feel unworthy to receive this abundance, recall that you are a spark of the divine, made in the image of an infinite source. That source is not limited, nor does it withhold its bounty out of spite. The universe's nature is ever creative, ever generous, and you as a piece of that cosmic tapestry inherit that nature. Denying your right to flourish is effectively denying the universal principle of growth. Letting yourself thrive is not an act of ego. It's an act of gratitude toward the creative power that birthed you. This perspective helps dismantle any lingering shame or guilt. Embrace the reality that your success can also bless the world. For each person who rises up becomes a living testament to hope. With every step you take away from the identity of the struggler and toward the identity of the blessed, the universe pays attention. It orchestrates the meeting of the right people, the perfect timing for events, and the inner transformations that yield results. It's not about ignoring practical steps. Indeed, you still must act diligently in your day-to-day life. But watch how these actions, performed in harmony with cosmic alignment, bear fruit far more effectively than when you operated from a place of pure desperation. Think of how a surfer uses the power of the wave rather than battling it head-on. In the same way, your synergy with the universe now propels you forward effortlessly. In your quest to anchor abundance, remember to keep your heart open. Sometimes, after a lifetime of struggle, we build walls to protect ourselves from disappointment. These walls might keep out certain hurts, but they also block the flow of gifts that want to reach you. Dare to trust again, to love again, to believe that life can be kind. Yes, vulnerability can lead to occasional bruises, but it is also what allows the divine to slip blessings into your life. The more you show up authentically, flaws, fears, and all, the more the universe can show up authentically for you. Let's not forget the role of celebration. Each milestone, no matter how small, deserves your recognition. Found an extra bit of money to cover a bill you worried about? Pause to rejoice. Reconnected with someone who uplifts your spirit? That's worth a cheer. Whenever you celebrate these little triumphs, you send a vibrational signal that you welcome more. Neglecting to celebrate fosters a sense that good things are normal or trivial. But by celebrating them, you amplify the energy of gratitude and invite a steady flow of new blessings to come your way. It's a simple, joyful practice, yet it has a profound effect on your frequency. Another powerful practice involves creation, be it writing, painting, or any art form that allows you to channel your innermost feelings. When you create, you tap into the same universal force that births entire galaxies. This synergy can break mental loops of lack by reminding you that you, too, are a microcosm of infinite creation. If you find yourself stuck in negativity, try writing a poem or journaling about the future you envision. Sketch an image of your dream home or business. Lose yourself in a dance that expresses the liberation you seek. As you do, you catalyze energies within you that mirror the act of bringing something from formless potential into tangible reality. What about the people who have played roles in your past struggles? Those who hurt you, doubted you, or contributed to your hardships? Forgiveness is key here, not for their sake necessarily, but for yours. Clinging to bitterness only anchors you in the realm of pain. Release them into the light, trusting that the universe will handle their karmic lessons as it sees fit. This liberation opens channels in your own life, channels that resentment had clogged. When you can look upon your past with compassion, you disarm its power to limit your future. Let those experiences be the soil from which your blossoming emerges. With the struggle dissolving and abundance in sight, keep your eyes on the broader horizon. The gifts you receive, financial freedom, supportive relationships, dynamic health, aren't just for your personal enjoyment. They're also tools for you to carry out your higher mission, whether that involves uplifting others, caring for the planet, or contributing to social harmony. Fulfillment naturally arises when you align your blessings with a purpose beyond yourself. Your life gains a momentum that surpasses personal gratification. It morphs into a lighthouse for others who still wander in the dark, yearning for the day their own struggles subside. Now, if you still haven't done so, comment 777 below. By typing those digits, you codify your agreement to step into the reality where your struggle is over and abundance reigns. Watch how life begins to shift from that act alone, how moments of beauty and possibility start to thread themselves into your daily routine. Synchronicities might intensify, guiding you with almost surreal accuracy. People you haven't heard from in years might pop up with a perfect opportunity or a piece of advice. You'll experience pockets of calm in what used to be anxious situations, and moments of exhilaration where life once felt dull. These are the universe's confirmations. Consider the interplay of intuition and reason. Some might argue you need to be purely logical to improve your circumstances. Yet, the realm of spirit suggests we integrate the two. Let your intuition sense the path, and then let reason shape your steps. If an idea or decision feels deeply right, but your mind has questions about the how, let your reason figure out the action plan without dismissing the feeling. Many extraordinary breakthroughs occur precisely when we dare to follow a hunch that logic alone can't fully endorse. Logic is a wonderful servant but a terrible master if it blocks the doorways of your deeper knowing. So be mindful to keep that balance. In times of solitude, speak aloud your vision of an abundant life. Let your words paint images of harmony, comfort, joy, and success. Feel them. The universe responds to emotion, not just intellectual statements. The more vividly you can picture and emotionally inhabit your desired state, the stronger your signal becomes. This is not delusion. It's co-creation at its finest. Words carry vibration. When you speak life into your aspirations, you set in motion a process that the universe echoes back to you. Over time, these spoken affirmations meld with tangible efforts, forging a reality in which your once distant dreams stand right before your eyes. Resist the temptation to compare your pace of receiving abundance to that of others. Comparison is a thief that robs you of gratitude and contentment. We each have our own timelines, shaped by the soul lessons we incarnated to learn. Someone else's overnight success might be the culmination of seeds planted in a previous struggle you know nothing about. Meanwhile, your path might require an extra layer of inner work that ensures your harvest is not only plentiful but sustainable. So whenever jealousy flares, pivot to celebration instead. Celebrate their blessings as evidence that the universe is indeed generous, and that yours is inevitably on its way. Maintaining this supportive stance fosters a sense of unity that aligns with the highest spiritual truths. Also, keep an eye on any limiting habits you may still harbor. For instance, do you engage in negative self-talk? Do you find yourself complaining more than seeking solutions? Are you prone to overspending the moment you see a little extra money, thus recreating cycles of lack? Bringing awareness to these habits is a significant step. Then, replace them with new, constructive patterns. Affirm that you respect money and use it as a tool for good. Choose words that reinforce gratitude rather than complaint. You can't just talk about abundance. You must embody it in your daily life. This embodiment demonstrates to the universe that you're not just making a wish but staking a claim on the blessings that belong to you. Above all, remember that abundance is not the final destination. It's a springboard to an even grander purpose. Once your immediate struggles wane and your resources expand, the question becomes, how do I use this freedom to advance not only myself, but the collective dream of a more compassionate, enlightened humanity? The greatest happiness arises not from hoarding blessings, but from sharing them. As you let your prosperity flow through you, supporting loved ones, fueling creative ventures, contributing to philanthropic endeavors, you grow in spiritual stature. The universe notices and extends even more trust your way. As a steward of blessings, your compassion and wisdom multiply, forging a life that's not just enriched, but enriching to others. Time and again, you'll return to that once pervasive struggle, not in bitterness but in gratitude. You'll see how it molded your humility, your empathy, and your determination. You'll realize that the same hands that once buried your face in tears of anguish are now capable of uplifting those still trapped in the shadows. Your journey becomes both proof and inspiration. If you can transcend adversity, so can they. This sense of interlinked destinies is a cornerstone of spiritual abundance. It's never about isolation or selfish gain. It's about weaving your story into the collective tapestry in a way that radiates hope. In this final sweep of reflection, Take a look at your life from the vantage point of possibility rather than limitation. If you've typed 777, if you've anchored that intention into your reality, trust that cosmic forces are aligning in your favor. You might not see the evidence tomorrow or even next week, but keep your eyes open for subtle shifts. Keep your heart open for the wonders that love to appear in ordinary moments. Keep your mind open to new perspectives that carry solutions. One day soon, you'll wake up realizing that the struggle you knew so intimately has faded. It served its purpose, taught its lessons, and now stands behind you as a reminder of the resilience and faith you cultivated. No, your life won't become perfect overnight. Perfection is an illusion, but you'll find a sense of ease permeating your actions, a sense of relief blooming in your heart, and a sense of anticipation lighting up your future. Struggle is replaced by opportunity, by the outpouring of resources both tangible and intangible. Friendships deepen, new alliances form, and old wounds find the balm they've long needed. Each day, you inch further into a world shaped by the resonance of abundance. And in that world, you'll come to see how your personal shift of consciousness resonates outward, helping to co-create a more harmonious collective existence. Chosen one, the moment has come to set aside the narrative of perpetual hardship. Embrace the dawn of a new era in your life, one that pulses with blessings previously withheld not by a cruel fate, but by your own unhealed spirit. Let the door to abundance stand wide open. Let the air of possibility flood your senses. The universe has been waiting, arms extended, to pour its bounty upon you. Now is the time to step forth and claim it. May your heart overflow with gratitude. May your relationships blossom. May your finances stabilize and expand. And may your soul find the peace that was always its destiny. The struggle is indeed over. Abundance is not just coming, it's already on its way. Now breathe deeply. Let these words settle. Remember to like, subscribe, and confirm your commitment by commenting 777. A new day is here, and your willingness to receive is all that's required. Trust the process. Let go of how you think things should unfold, and watch as the universe surprises you with wonders far beyond your plans. Claim your birthright of prosperity, and walk confidently into the life that's been calling you from behind the scenes of every hardship you endured. The final chapter of your struggle has closed, and an entirely new book of abundance begins. Let it be so. Let your gratitude sing out in every choice you make. Let the vast realm of possibilities now stand open, for you have arrived at the threshold where all things are made new. The universe rejoices in your awakening, and you, dear chosen one, stand poised to receive.